Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is another high school story time. Takes place around the same time the last story I told takes place, so ninth grade to be specific. And I think it's a pretty good one. I think you guys will enjoy it. If you do, leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. And let's jump into this. So today's story time all starts off as a normal day. I wake up for school like any other day, way too damn early, real exhausted, real not happy. I get up out of bed, I go and take a shower, I get ready for my day, and even though it was really early, it was too late to eat breakfast, so I had to skip breakfast and just go straight to school like I usually would do. And I get to school, I walk into school, and one of my friends is at his locker arguing with a group of people. And this specific group of people were just some of the most arrogant, like stuck-up kids I'd ever met in my entire life, and my friends and me didn't like them very much. And they kind of reminded me of the Goth kids from South Park. Like, they dressed and acted just like those kids. So, like, they were just real negative and real just not nice. So whenever they had a problem with somebody, they would kind of like approach it as a group. So yeah, when I walk into school, I see these goth kids fighting with my friend, not physically, but like arguing with each other. And I walk up to them and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And the main goth kid turns around, like the leader, and he looks at me and he's like, just stay out of this, Austin. And I was like, nah, I want to know what's up. Like, why are you arguing with my friend? Like, what's happening? And my friend speaks up and he's like, don't worry about it, Austin, like, it's done. And he shuts his locker and he starts walking away. So my friend walks in one direction and the group of goth kids goes in a different direction. And I follow my friend because I want to know what happened. And my friend starts telling me about what happened. So I guess what happened is my friend was at his locker and these goth kids walked in and were walking down the hallway like they always do in a giant ass group. And one of them bumped into my friend, and it was kind of on purpose. Like, there was nobody else in the hall, like, in the way. So they could have just moved out of the way, but they purposely just bumped into my friend. And my friend was like, hey, like, why'd you do that? And the main one was like, shut the fuck up, mind your own business. And that's when my friend started to argue back with them, and that's what caused the whole scene that I saw when I walked in. So after this happened, I didn't think much of it. I thought that was the end of it, and I wouldn't have to deal with those dudes again, and that'd be it. So me and my friend went our separate ways to our first period classes, and the day progressed after that like normal. Like, pretty much the entire day, like 99% of it was normal. And then we get to the very end of the day, like literally last class, bell rings, I'm out in the hallway, at my locker, getting my backpack, ready to go home. And then right as I'm grabbing my backpack out of my locker, somebody grabs my locker door and slams it into my arm, like completely just tries to shut it on me. And I look up after, that painful ass experience, and I see this group of goth kids staring at me laughing, and their leader, the fucking main one, the same one that told me to mind my fucking business earlier, he's standing there laughing after he attempted to slam my arm in my locker. So I look at him and I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? And he just starts laughing. He's like, because it was funny. So without saying nothing after that, I just grab his arm and I slam it in the locker as well so he can feel the same pain I just felt. And he gets so mad. He pushes me down on the ground. He starts trying to fight me. And these teachers run up and get involved and break us up almost immediately. And I was like, yeah, fuck you, dude. And he's like, fuck you, bro. I'm not done with this. Like, this is not done. And I was like, okay, dude, whatever you say. So after the teachers break us up and one of them walks them one way and the other one walks me another, and the guy that was grabbing my arm, the teacher that broke us up, he looks at me and he's like, what just happened? Like, why'd you guys almost fight? I was like, well, he slammed my arm in my locker, so I slammed his arm in my locker, and then he tried to fight me, and now we're here. And he's like, listen, man, just go home, like, start a new day tomorrow. Don't worry about this. You're good. I'm not bringing you up to the principal's office. You're good. I'm like, thank you. So I leave school after that, right? And I start heading towards my bus to go home and forget about this day because I was just pissed off and I wanted it to end. And right as I'm about to get on my bus, I hear someone yell, yo, Austin. And I turn around and it's the group of goth kids approaching me in full force. They all look angry. They're all taking off their backpacks. So I just know that they're all about to jump me. So at this point, I have two choices. I could run in one direction and run away from them and get on my bus and try and hide on the bus. Or I could try to fight them. And both options were not very good because option one would mean I would just go on my bus and they would probably follow me on there and then fight me on the bus. Or option two, me attempting to fight them, wasn't a good idea because I was clearly outnumbered and I would lose. So I don't know what to do. I just kind of stand there like trying to figure it out. And yeah, I kind of just stood there not knowing what to do. And they approach me. And the leader of the group, the king of the Goths, looks at me and he goes, what's up, Austin? You thought you were getting away, huh? And I was like, nope, I was just going on my bus like I always do. And he goes, yeah, whatever. And he pushes me. And I push him back because, I wasn't going to let him do that. And all of a sudden, it becomes a 2v1. This one dude, like the leader of the group, and his friend, they both start fighting me, basically. They both start hitting me and, ganging up on me. And the rest of the group was just kind of sitting back watching. Now, luckily, this didn't last very long because almost immediately after they started to jump me, my friend, the dude from the first part of the story time, the one that, they were arguing with in the beginning, just decks one of them off me. Like, immediately decks him, like, tackles him off me and starts fighting the other dude. And then it becomes a 1v1 situation, and I was able to kind of hold my own. The dude that I was fighting kind of had a similar build to me, so it wasn't too unfair. And within 2 minutes, a teacher ran out and broke us up, and we got taken into the principal's office. And that's when I was like, oh, shit, like, I'm so fucked. I'm about to get suspended for like a week. And the principal sits us down, and my principal goes, so, all of you were fighting outside today, huh? And it was me, my friend, the leader of the Goth kid's friend, and everyone else got sent home. So it was just us four in the room with the principal. And my friend speaks up and goes, they tried to jump Austin, and I stepped in to help my friend out because I wasn't about to let my friend get jumped. And the principal goes, is that true? And the one guy, the one that was like the whole leader of the group, the one that was just, trying to start with me the whole fucking story, speaks up and goes, yep, it's true. Now that kind of shocked me. I did not expect this guy to just admit that he tried to jump me, but he just admitted it, like, no problem. And my principal goes, okay, well, in that case, Austin, you're free to go. You can go home now. So yeah, I get sent out of the principal's office, and at this point, I'm kind of like wanting to be in there because I want to see what would happen to the rest of, like, the people that tried to jump me and my friend. So I leave the school. I get a ride home from my parents. I tell them about what happened in the car just because, the principal kind of already told them that I was in a fight and they wanted to know what happened. So I tell them, they believe me, and, they're glad that I didn't get suspended. And I get brought back to my house. Now, immediately upon getting home, I call up my friend, the one that, helped me while I was getting jumped. And I was like, yo, what happened? Like, who got in trouble? He's like, well, I got a week suspension because I was fighting, and they got 2 weeks because they tried to jump you. I was like, really? And my friend's like, yep. And honestly, I thought that was kind of bullshit. Like, my friend was just sticking up for me and was helping me not get my ass beat by 2 people. So I didn't think he deserved a week. But yeah, they suspended him for a week, and those other dudes got 2 weeks for trying to jump me. And honestly, I was fine. Luckily, throughout that entire situation, I didn't get hit in the face once. There was no, real damage done to me. So I don't really consider it me getting jumped. Like, I was on the ground for maybe 1 second because they pushed me down. Because my homie came to my rescue real quick. He was there within, literally 2 seconds. So that dude's a fucking legend. So yeah, moral of this story is, don't be like that group of goth kids. There's nothing wrong with dressing goth, but don't act like a prick like they did, because that wasn't cool. And also, always have good friends by your side, because honestly, without my friend there, I probably would have taken a royal ass beating, to say the least. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of today's story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. And feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.
Like, what's up? They leave me out for the dead, and now they know they're fucked. All my texts are unread, that's how I